Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're lacing up our boots for an in-depth look at the career of Lionel Messi, a name that, well, it just resonates with footballing genius across the globe.
Absolutely. And for this exploration, we've gathered information from extensive profiles and records. We're focusing particularly on the Wikipedia entries for both Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi.
Right, so that lets us not only dissect Messi's remarkable journey, but also, touch on that enduring comparison with Ronaldo.
Exactly. It's almost unavoidable, isn't it?
It really is. And for you, the listener, our goal here is to pull out the most compelling parts of Messi's story. We'll cover, well, pretty much everything, from his early life, overcoming those physical challenges, to the astonishing record-breaking stuff and his global influence. We want to give you a clear picture of his impact, but without getting totally bogged down in every single detail.
Yeah, keep it focused on what really matters.
Okay, let's unpack this then. It all kicked off in Rosario, Argentina. Young Lionel first played for his local club Granollers at just, 4 years old?
4 years old, yeah. And interestingly, his very first coach, his father.
Wow. So family was central right from the absolute beginning.
Totally central. And, it's remarkable to think about the influence of his maternal grandmother, Celia.
Yes, Celia.
Her impact was just so significant. Even now, you see those iconic goal celebrations, looking up, pointing to the sky.
Yeah, every time.
That's a direct, very touching tribute to her memory.
That really is a beautiful detail. So then, age 7, he joins Newell's Old Boys. And the number of goals he scored there, it's almost hard to believe.
It's staggering. Nearly 500 goals in just 6 years. He was part of this famous youth team. They call them the Machine of 87.
The Machine of 87, they must have been something special.
Oh, they were. And there's actually this brief recollection from Adrian Coria, one of his youth coaches back then.
Oh, yeah. What did he say?
He remembers seeing the small 12-year-old Messi for the first time and thinking, this kid can't play ball. He's a dwarf, too fragile, too small.
Wow, harsh first impression.
But then he immediately realized, this kid was born different, a phenomenon, that he was going to be something truly impressive. Quite the insight, eh?
You can say that again. Okay, but then comes this massive moment, the move to Barcelona. He's only 13, goes for a trial in September 2000. Sounds like that wasn't exactly straightforward.
No, not at all. I mean, having family relatives in Catalonia helped get the trial arranged.
Right.
But the signing itself was, well, unique. The first team director, Charlie Rexach, he was instantly sold on Messi. Just knew.
But the board wasn't sure?
The board hesitated, yeah. Signing foreign players that young, it just wasn't the usual practice back then. So eventually, Rexach, facing this ultimatum, and with no proper paper around,
Don't tell me.
he famously offered Messi a contract written on a paper napkin.
On a napkin, you couldn't make it up. Okay, so
Yeah.
he finally moves, February 2001, but settling into Spain, that wasn't smooth sailing either, was it?
No, definitely not. First off, there was this transfer dispute with Newell's. That meant he couldn't play in many official matches right away.
Oh, right, so just friendlies.
Friendlies in the Catalan League, yeah. And then off the pitch, while he was young, naturally quiet, he struggled with homesickness, especially after his mother and siblings went back to Rosario. Just him and his dad in Barcelona.
Gosh, that must have been incredibly tough for a kid that age. When did things start looking up, playing-wise?
Well, he was finally registered with the Royal Spanish Football Federation in February 2002. So a full year after he arrived.
A whole year.
Yeah. But once registered, he could play in everything. And he quickly bonded with teammates like Cesc Fabregas and Gerard Piqué.
Ah, the famous generation.
Exactly. And importantly, by age 14, he'd completed his growth hormone therapy. Barcelona supported him through that, which was obviously crucial.
Right, the growth hormone treatment. A huge hurdle cleared, and it really shows Barca's early belief in him, doesn't it?
Absolutely. It was a massive investment and show of faith. And from there, he just became central to Barcelona's youth teams.
The baby dream team, right?
That's the one. Many consider it Barca's greatest ever youth setup. And in his first full season, 2002-03, playing for the Cadets A's, well, he was top scorer, 36 goals in just 30 games.
36 goals.
And they won an unprecedented treble.
Yeah.
The League, the Spanish Cup, and the Copa Catalunya.
A treble at youth level. That's a pretty loud statement of intent. And isn't there a story about that Copa Catalunya final? Something about a mask?
Yes, the Partido de la Máscara, the match of the mask. So just a week after fracturing his cheekbone, he was allowed to play, but only if he wore a protective mask. But, the mask clearly bothered him. So what does he do?
Takes it off.
Takes it off. and within 10 minutes, bangs in 2 goals before being subbed off.
Unbelievable, even with a broken cheekbone, just sheer will. And I guess other big clubs were starting to sniff around by then.
Oh, for sure. At the end of that season, he got his first offer from a foreign club.
Arsenal.
Arsenal, wow.
Yeah, and even though future teammates like Fabregas and Piqué eventually went there, Messi chose to stay put in Barcelona. So he sticks with Barcelona. And his rise through the youth ranks after that, it seems incredibly fast.
It really was turbocharged. During that 2003-04 season, he didn't just move up one level, he went through 4 different youth teams.
4 teams in one season.
Yep. Player of the tournament in 4 preseason competitions with Juvenile B, played 1 official game, then straight up to Juvenile A, scored 18 goals in 11 league games there.
That's just nuts. And it didn't take long for the first team coaches to really sit up and take notice, right? I remember reading about one particular training session.
Oh yeah, that one's famous. He was one of several youth players invited to train with Frank Rijkaard's first team during an international break.
And
Ludovic Giuly, the French winger, he famously said Messi destroyed us all.
destroyed them, the senior pros.
Yep. Said the senior players were kicking him all over the place, trying not to get embarrassed by this kid. But Messi just kept getting up, playing dribble pass for them to score. Giuly actually called him an alien.
An alien, high praise indeed. And that led pretty quickly to his first taste of senior football.
It did. At just 16 years, 4 months, and 23 days old. November 16th, 2003. He made his first team debut in a friendly against Porto, managed by Jose Mourinho at the time.
Came on as a sub.
Yeah, 75th minute. And his performance, creating chances, having a shot, it clearly impressed the coaching staff.
So from that point, she starts getting more involved with the seniors.
Exactly. Started training daily with Barcelona B and weekly with the first team. And you really have to mention the support he got from Ronaldinho.
Oh, Ronnie, huge star back then.
Massive. And he immediately saw Messi's potential. He even said Messi would eventually be better than him. He took Messi under his wing, called him little brother. That definitely helped ease his transition.
Having Ronaldinho backing you, yeah, that would make a difference. But he still needed regular games, right?
Absolutely. So, to get that match time, alongside Juvenile A, he also played for Barcelona C. Make his debut for them in November 2003.
Then did well.
He was key in helping them avoid relegation, scored 5 goals in 10 games, including, get this, a hat-trick in just 8 minutes in a cup game.
8 minutes.
While being man-marked by a young Sergio Ramos.
No way. Marked by Ramos and still gets a quick hat trick. Okay, that tells you something. And all this progress led to his first pro contract.
Yep. Signed it in February 2004, ran until 2012, initial buyout clause of $30 million.
$30 million.
Then, just a month later, he debuted for Barcelona B in the 3rd tier, and bang, buyout clause automatically jumped to $80 million.
$80 million. Quite a jump. Barca knew they had something special. And physically, he was still adapting, right? Playing against older guys.
Yeah, definitely. He was often smaller, lighter than opponents. So he worked really hard in training to build muscle, get stronger, more resilient, essential for competing physically.
Makes sense.
And he finished that season having scored for 4 of the 5 teams he played for. 36 goals in total across all official competitions. Just incredible for a kid playing at so many levels.
Okay, let's jump forward a bit. The 2008-09 season, big changes. Pep Guardiola arrives as manager. Messi gets the number 10 shirt. That feels like a huge moment symbolically.
Oh, it was massive. And under Guardiola's system, that possession-heavy style, Messi became the absolute focal point of the attack.
And his goal numbers went up.
Dramatically.
Yeah.
Scored 38 goals that season.
Yeah.
And alongside Samuel Eto'o and Thierry Henry. Wow. That front three.
The Eto'o, Henry, Messi trident, lethal.
They scored a club record 100 goals between them in all competitions. It wasn't just individual skill, though. It was their movement, their understanding. Just incredible to watch.
100 goals from 3 players. Just wow. And this season also saw Messi first used as a false 9, right? In that famous Clasico.
Exactly. At the Bernabeu,
Yeah.
Guardiola deployed him there for the first time. So for anyone unfamiliar, the false 9 starts centrally but drops deep, pulling defenders around, creating space.
Causing chaos for the defense.
Total chaos. And Messi was just masterful. He set up the first goal, scored 2 himself. Barcelona won 6-2, their biggest ever win there. It was a tactical masterstroke that unlocked a whole new level for Messi.
And that amazing season ended with not just individual brilliance, but his first big final win and a historic achievement for the club.
Yes. He won the Copa del Rey final. And then, crucially, Barcelona went on to win La Liga and the Champions League, the first ever treble in Spanish football history.
The first Spanish treble? Landmark stuff.
Absolutely landmark for Messi and for Barca. Set a whole new benchmark.
And he just kept going, didn't he? The following seasons, more trophies, more awards. That 2011-12 season especially, his goal scoring was just off the charts.
It was breathtaking. Started the season winning the Spanish and European Super Cups. Then by year-end, added the FIFA Club World Cup. Got the Golden Ball there for the second time.
And the individual awards kept rolling in.
Oh yeah, his performances in 2011 earned him the FIFA Ballon d'Or as his third in a row. Broke records there. Plus, the first ever UEFA Best Player in Europe award.
3 Ballon d'Ors in a row. That's just
Right.
cementing his dominance. But he wasn't done breaking records, was he?
Not by a long shot. In 2012, became only the second player ever to be top scorer in 4 Champions League campaigns.
Impressive.
And, maybe more significantly for Barcelona, at just 24 years old, he broke Cesar Rodriguez's 57-year-old record. Became the club's all-time leading goal scorer.
At 24? That's incredible, etching his name in their history forever. I remember Pep Guardiola's quote about that.
He said, didn't he, "We have had the best player of all time here." Pretty definitive from Pep.
High praise indeed.
And Messi didn't stop there that season. Set a new La Liga record. 50 goals. 50.
50 league goals.
And broke the European club record with 73 goals in all competitions that season. Just unbelievable numbers, completely redefining what was possible for a goal scorer.
Those totals are just mind-bending. And the team was still winning things too, right? Despite those crazy individual numbers.
Yeah, they won the Copa del Rey again. That was their 14th trophy under Guardiola, who then stepped down. An incredible era.
But even with Pep gone, Messi just kept going in 2012-13. The record-breaking didn't stop.
Nope. Early that season, scored twice against Betis to become Barca's all-time top scorer in La Liga as well.
Another huge record.
And then, the big one. He surpassed Gerd Müller's calendar year goal record. Scored an unbelievable 91 goals for club and country in 2012.
91 goals in a calendar year. That's just... It's almost mythical. That record might stand forever.
It really might. And for all that, another Ballon d'Or.
His 4th consecutive one, first player ever to do that.
First ever. He also signed a new contract, keeping him there till 2018, and even captained the team for the first time in a league game, taking on more leadership.
Right, stepping up as a leader too. And the team kept winning.
They did. Won La Liga again, equaling Real Madrid's 100-point record from the previous season. And individually, Messi finished top scorer in Spain and Europe for the 2nd year running. Won his 3rd European Golden Shoe. Just relentless consistency.
Okay, then we get to the 2014-15 season. Luis Suarez arrives. And bam, the birth of the MSN era. Messi, Suarez, Neymar. That must have been electric for Barca fans.
Oh, it was absolutely spectacular. That trio, MSN, they were just devastating. What made them so special, I think, was their chemistry. Almost telepathic. Selfless play, despite being huge stars themselves.
Yeah, they seemed to genuinely enjoy playing together.
Exactly. Their movement, creating space for each other.
Yeah.
It was next level. And together, they fired Barcelona to their 2nd continental treble.
A 2nd treble. That's incredibly rare territory.
La Liga, Copa del Rey, Champions League, all again. Just phenomenal.
And the goal numbers for MSN that season were just crazy, right?
Record-breaking. 122 goals between the 3 of them in all competitions. Just shows how incredible that partnership was.
And the trophies kept coming the next season, too. Sustained dominance.
Yep. Started 2015-16 winning the UEFA Super Cup, then the FIFA Club World Cup later that year. And individually, Messi was back on top, won a record 5th FIFA Ballon d'Or in January 2016.
A 5th Ballon d'Or. Just incredible.
And the team backed it up, winning La Liga and the Copa del Rey again that season, too.
It really felt like he was just operating on a different planet season after season. And he stayed committed to Barcelona for a long time after that, too.
He did. Signed another new deal in November 2017, keeping him there until 2021.
And the success continued.
The 2017-18 season, another domestic double, La Liga and Copa del Rey. And Messi, top scorer in La Liga again, winning his 5th European Golden Shoe. Just kept producing.
And then 2018, Andres Iniesta leaves. A huge figure, someone Messi had an amazing connection with. Messi takes over as the full captain. Big responsibility.
Huge responsibility, yeah. And he lifted his first trophy as captain shortly after, the Supercopa de España, then led them to his 10th La Liga title in 2018-19.
10 La Liga titles. That's just staggering consistency in one of the world's toughest leagues. And the individual scoring awards just kept piling up.
Yep, that same season, 2018-19, he won his 6th league Golden Boot, the Pichichi Trophy, equaling Telmo Zarra's all-time record.
6th Pichichi. Wow.
And he also grabbed his 6th European Golden Shoe. First player ever to win it 3 times in a row. His dominance in Spain over that decade plus was just unparalleled.
Okay, let's switch gears a bit. His international career with Argentina. Because, for all the insane success at club level, the big international trophies, they seemed elusive for a long, long time. A lot of pressure there.
That's such a crucial part of his story, isn't it? And yeah, a source of immense pressure. He did have success at youth levels, mind you. Won the Under-20 World Cup in 2005, Olympic gold in 2008.
Right, so the talent was obviously there internationally from early on.
No question. He made his senior debut in 2005. Then at the 2006 World Cup, became the youngest Argentine to play and score in the tournament. A big moment.
And he got the captaincy fairly early, too.
2011, yeah. Clear sign of his importance to the team, his leadership growing.
But then came that run of, well, heartbreak, really. Reaching major finals, but just falling short. That must have been incredibly tough. What was the feeling around him in the national team then?
Oh, it was immense frustration. 3 consecutive finals. The 2014 World Cup final, lost. The 2015 Copa America final, lost. The 2016 Copa America Centenario final, lost again. Often in really painful ways, like penalty shootouts.
Agonizing?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the pressure from back home, the media. It was intense. Constant questions about whether he could deliver for Argentina like he did for Barcelona. The weight of expectation was just enormous.
I remember that brief retirement in 2016 after the Copa loss. Seemed like he'd just had enough. Showed how much it hurt him.
It really did. A very public display of that deep disappointment. But thankfully, for everyone, he came back. Helped him scrape through qualification for the 2018 World Cup.
Right. That tournament didn't go to plan either, but he stuck with it.
He did. His commitment never really wavered, despite the setbacks.
And then, finally, the breakthrough. The 2021 Copa America. Ending that long, long wait for Argentina. That must have felt incredible. Cathartic.
Absolutely watershed.
Yeah.
Winning it, ending that 28-year drought, and beating Brazil in the final. You couldn't write it better.
And Messi was immense in that tournament, wasn't he?
Players of the tournament. Deservedly so. Involved in 9 of their 12 goals.
Yeah.
4 goals, 5 assists. Just carried them. The relief, the joy. You could see it all over his face.
And didn't he break a record during that Copa, too?
Yeah, against Bolivia in the group stage, he overtook Javier Mascherano. Became Argentina's most capped player ever. Another huge milestone.
But the international story wasn't finished there. The biggest prize at all was still to come.
Indeed. 2022 started, well, captaining them to victory in the Finalissima against Italy, the European champions. Player of the match there, too.
Setting the stage.
And then Qatar. The 2022 FIFA World Cup.
Just unforgettable.
Led Argentina to their first World Cup win in 36 years. Scored twice in that absolutely bonkers final against France. It felt like the ultimate coronation.
That final, unforgettable is the word. The crowning achievement for him internationally. And he picked up personal awards there, too. Right?
Yes. 7 goals, 3 assists. Won the Golden Ball for Best Player for the 2nd time. First player ever to win it twice.
First ever. Wow.
And his appearance in the final made him the player with the most World Cup appearances ever, 26. Plus the most direct goal contributions in World Cup history, 21. Just rewriting the record books.
And the recognition kept coming even after the World Cup.
Absolutely. In 2023, won his 8th Ballon d'Or. 8th, just extending that record, cementing his place for many as the greatest ever.
GOT status confirmed for many, yeah.
And then, just to top it off, captained Argentina to another Copa America title in 2024. Still going strong for his country. His stats are just, well, as of late 2024, 112 goals in 191 games for Argentina. Incredible.
Truly incredible commitment and longevity for his national team. Okay, let's talk about his style of play, because he's so often described as this incredibly versatile forward. He can do so much.
That's spot on. His tactical flexibility has been key. While we often think of him as that classic number 10 playing freely, he started differently and his roles evolved.
Right. What was his favorite role early on?
In Argentina, his preferred spot was the enganche. That's like a playmaker just behind the main strikers. Needs great vision, great passing to link everything up.
And we saw his club roles change quite a bit over the years, depending on the manager.
Exactly. Under Rijkaard at Barca, mostly on the right wing, cutting inside onto that lethal left foot.
Then Pep came.
And the famous false 9. Starting centrally but dropping deep, pulling defenders out, creating space. Genius move.
And later on,
under guys like Luis Enrique, Ernesto Valverde, we saw him play deeper sometimes, more like a playmaker, starting attacks from midfield, even as a second striker at times. Just shows his incredible football brain and adaptability.
Technically, it's all about that left foot, isn't it? That's his trademark.
Oh, absolutely. It's legendary. He dribbles mainly with the outside of the left foot, that incredible close control, then uses the inside for those pinpoint finishes, those defense-splitting passes, the crosses.
And his goal record speaks for itself. One of the most prolific ever.
Phenomenal scorer. Amazing composure, anticipation, quick reactions in the box. But he's so much more than just a goal machine. He's a world-class playmaker, too. That vision, that passing range, creates so many chances for others.
He also became a dead ball specialist over time, didn't he? Free kicks, penalties.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Highly accurate. Ranks, what, 5th all-time for direct free kick goals as of late 2023? Most among active players. And those little chipped finishes over the keeper, pure class.
And those dribbles. The maze he runs from deep, especially on counterattacks, just mesmerizing, leaves defenders grasping at air.
Widely seen as one of the greatest dribblers ever, period. Diego Maradona himself said the ball just stays glued to his foot.
Yeah.
Said he'd never seen anyone with Messi's ball control. That says it all, really.
But beyond the individual magic, he's a great team player too, right? Those combinations, especially with certain teammates.
Absolutely. A very intelligent team player, great movement off the ball. And those combinations, especially with Xavi and Iniesta at Barcelona, it was like telepathy sometimes, pure footballing poetry.
You really can't talk about Messi without talking about Cristiano Ronaldo, can you? That rivalry defined an era.
It's the defining rivalry of modern football, no doubt. For well over a decade, both pushed each other to just absurd heights.
Yeah, the numbers they both put up consistently, it's staggering.
Staggering. Both top 2 all-time goal scorers, countless individual awards, team trophies. Messi often downplays the personal rivalry, but you have to think it spurred them both on.
And they're often contrasted, aren't they? Playing styles, personalities.
Completely. Messi, the dribbling, the playmaking, the close control, the left foot magic. Ronaldo, the speed, the power, the athleticism, the aerial threat, the big moment goals.
Different physiques, too. Different personas in public.
Right. Ronaldo, maybe more outwardly confident, flamboyant at times. Messi, generally more reserved, understated.
And when you look at the big individual awards, Messi has the edge, particularly the Ballon d'Or.
He does. 8 Ballon d'Ors to Ronaldo's 5. Also more FIFA World Player Awards, more European Golden Shoes. That's a significant difference over their careers.
And their head-to-head matches, especially El Clasico. Those were must-watch events.
Oh, appointment viewing for the whole world. Messi had a slight edge in wins in their direct club matchups. Those Clásicos when Ronaldo was at Madrid were just epic battles. Even when Ronaldo went to Juventus, their Champions League clashes were huge.
Didn't Ronaldo himself say he kind of missed the rivalry when he left Spain?
He did, yeah. Acknowledged it added prestige to La Liga, pushed them both, said it was tough seeing Messi win things sometimes, but it was a good rivalry.
And then after the 2022 World Cup, it felt like, for many people anyway, the debate maybe tilted decisively towards Messi.
A lot of people felt that way, yeah. Critics, commentators, players. Many came out saying the World Cup win cemented Messi's claim as the greatest ever, maybe settling that particular debate.
Even Ronaldo sort of acknowledged it was over.
He said something like that in 2023, yeah. That their rivalry, after all those years at the top together, was pretty much over.
And of course, throughout his career, there was always the comparison with that other Argentine legend, Diego Maradona.
Always. From the very beginning. Similar height, left-footed, incredible dribblers, both carrying the hopes of Argentina. Messi was initially just one of many dubbed the new Maradona.
But he became the one.
He absolutely surpassed all the others, became Argentina's greatest since Diego, and for many now, the greatest full stop. The World Cup win really solidified that for a lot of Argentinians, too.
All that success on the pitch, naturally, it translates into massive global impact, huge recognition, way beyond just football fans.
Oh, absolutely. He's a global icon. Countless lucrative endorsement deals, immense popularity everywhere. Time magazine named him one of their 100 most influential people 3 times, 2011, 2012, and 2023.
3 times. That really shows his reach.
It really does. And there was a survey back in 2014 found he was the 2nd most recognized footballer globally. Super high favorability rating, too.
And Time Athlete of the Year in 2023.
Yep. And then getting the Presidential Medal of Freedom in the U.S. in early 2025, that's recognition on a whole different level, beyond sport.
A huge honor. But it hasn't always been smooth sailing in terms of global image, has it? There was that issue in Hong Kong recently.
Ah, yes, that caused quite a stir.
Yeah.
February 2024, he didn't play in a friendly for Inter Miami in Hong Kong. Big backlash there and in mainland China. Commercials pulled. The Chinese FA suspended ties with the Argentine FA for a bit. Shows the level of expectation and scrutiny he faces everywhere.
And financially, I mean, his success is just enormous. Consistently one of the world's highest paid athletes for ages.
Right up there. France Football estimated he was the highest paid footballer for like 5 out of 6 years between 2009 and 2014. Broke all sorts of earnings milestones. Forbes had him as the world's highest paid athlete in 2019 and 2022.
And he was Barca's top earner from way back then.
Since 2008, yeah. Reflecting his importance. And those contract details that got leaked, staggering amounts.
That 2017 contract, the numbers were just eye-watering.
Huge weekly wage, massive signing bonus, and that buyout clause. $700 million, just crazy money. And in 2020, he crossed the $1 billion career earnings mark. Only the second footballer after Ronaldo to do that.
He must be incredibly marketable for brands.
Hugely. Sports Pro consistently ranked him among the world's most marketable athletes since 2010. Adidas has been his main sponsor since 2006. Got his own signature boots, his own Adidas Messi sub-brand.
And the shirts sell like crazy.
His Barca jersey was the world's bestseller in 2015, and his Argentina jersey during the 2022 World Cup. Sold out everywhere, instantly.
What other kinds of brands has he worked with?
Oh, loads. Big names like Pepsi, Konami for the PES games, Dolce & Gabbana, luxury watches, Audemars Piguet, Gillette, Turkish Airlines, Hard Rock Cafe. He was the face of EA Sports FIFA games for a while, too.
That Turkish Airlines ad with Kobe Bryant was huge, wasn't it?
Most watched YouTube ad in 2013, yeah. He became an ambassador for Hard Rock Cafe globally in 2021.
Though some partnerships have drawn a bit of flack, haven't they?
Well, yeah. His role as Saudi Arabia's tourism ambassador since May 2022, that's drawn criticism from human rights groups, given the country's record.
Okay, beyond the pitch, beyond the endorsements, there's his philanthropy, which seems really important to him, but maybe doesn't get as much headline attention.
It's a really significant part of who he is, actually. He's been involved in charity work for vulnerable children since way back in 2004. Apparently, it stems from his own childhood health issues. Makes it very personal for him.
Right. And he's worked with UNICEF.
Been a UNICEF Goodwill Ambassador since March 2010, even went on a field mission to Haiti to raise awareness.
And he set up his own foundation, too.
Yes, the Leo Messi Foundation,
Yeah.
established in 2007. Its main focus is supporting healthcare, education, and sport for children globally.
What kind of things do they do?
They fund medical research grants, help train doctors and medical staff, invest in building medical centers, all sorts of projects to improve kids' lives. They raise money through things like those Messi and Friends charity matches, plus support from his sponsors like Adidas.
That's really commendable, using his platform like that. Any other notable examples?
Well, there was that solid gold replica of his left foot, sold in Japan in 2013 to raise money for earthquake and tsunami victims.
gold foot.
Creative. Yeah. And he invests heavily in youth football back in Argentina. Supports his old clubs like Newell's, other grassroots programs.
And personal donations, too.
Definitely. He donated damages won from a libel case to Médecins Sans Frontières, made big donations during the COVID pandemic in Barcelona and Argentina.
And didn't he take a pay cut during COVID?
Huge one. 70% pay cut, along with his Barca teammates, to make sure all the club staff got their full salaries during that tough time.
That shows real solidarity.
It really does. And another time, back in 2016, the Argentine FA was basically broke, couldn't pay the national team security staff. Messi apparently just paid their salaries himself.
Wow, just stepped up.
Yeah. And recently, donated his record-breaking boots for a charity auction, helping kids with cancer. It's clear this stuff matters deeply to him. Getting that Presidential Medal of Freedom in 2025, that recognized his philanthropy too.
Switching to his personal life, he seems pretty grounded, settled. Married his childhood sweetheart.
Yeah, Antonella Roccuzzo. They've known each other since they were kids back in Rosario. Married in 2017. They have 3 sons, Tiago, Matteo, and Ciro.
Nice family setup.
Seems very stable. He's also a devout Catholic and holds Italian citizenship through a great-grandfather.
He did have that issue with taxes in Spain, though. That was quite a big story.
It was, yeah. An investigation into his finances between 2007 and 2009 for suspected tax evasion. He and his father were found guilty in 2016, got suspended sentences, paid hefty fines. His defense was basically that he trusted his father and lawyers with those things.
Right, and now he's branching out into other ventures. Production company.
Yeah, just launched in September 2024, called 525 Rosario. Nice nod to his hometown.
525 Rosario, what's it doing?
Based in Miami and LA, focusing on films, sports events, branded content for athletes. It's a joint venture with a known production company, Smuggler Entertainment, so it seems like a serious move.
Interesting. And his image, I mean, it's everywhere, isn't it? Street art, murals.
Totally iconic. You
Hmm.
see murals of him all over the world, especially in Argentina and Barcelona. There's even one artwork nicknamed the Sistine Chapel of Football, featuring him and Maradona, just shows his cultural impact.
So wrapping this deep dive up, it's just an incredible story, isn't it? From that small kid in Rosario overcoming physical issues to becoming this global icon, shattering records, winning everything. It's just a massive testament to his talent, sure, but also his perseverance, his dedication.
Absolutely. And his impact goes way beyond the pitch,
Yeah.
influencing culture, driving major charity work. It's quite the legacy. What stands out for me is just the consistency. To stay at that absolute peak for so long in such a demanding sport, it's almost unheard of.
Yeah, the longevity is remarkable. Overcoming adversity, chasing greatness, achieving it on every stage club.
Hmm.
International, he's firmly in that pantheon of all-time greats.
No question.
So here's a final thought for you, the listener, to chew on. When you think about Messi's whole career, all the achievements, the endless debates about where he ranks, what's the one thing, maybe a moment, a characteristic, a trophy that you think truly defines him and his legacy? Is it a specific goal, maybe that World Cup win, or just that relentless, almost unbelievable excellence year after year after year? The discussion, well, that's definitely going to continue for a very, very long time.